Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today I Sean register number URK20CS3026. I'm going to explain to you experiment number 1 of database management systems lab. So today we are going to be executing DDL commands and we'll be getting outputs for the respective DDL commands. So DDL refers to data description language and it is a subset of the SQL commands that is basically used for designing the schema of any database. And we'll be through this we can use the create table, and then we can alter table, and we can delete tables, and hence we'll be modifying the schema elements. And then we also have drop command through which we can drop the table altogether. So we'll be checking out these commands. So the first one is create a table customer details with the following specifications. So these are the names of the columns, and these are the data types for each of the columns. These are a few constraints for a few columns, like we have not null and primary key. So not null is basically you cannot fill an entry into the table of a not null column without filling it. You cannot fill in a row, it won't accept. And primary key is each primary key should be unique, and each of the rows are identified by their primary key. So over here the command goes like this, that is create table and then the name of the table. In this case it's customer underscore 3026, and then we have customer ID, and then the data type, that is number, and how many numbers it can take in, that is 5. And then if we have any constants we can give it like not null. In this case the same applies for all the other variables. In case of primary key we have account number, then we have the data type, then we give constraint, a constraint name, and then primary key. This is useful to identify the constraint when we want to drop the constraint on the table. And after that, when you go to the second table, in a similar way we have created employee underscore 3026 table, and these are all the column names that are there with all the variable types, and primary key as one of the constraints. So we can as you can see here, employee underscore 3026 is created with employee ID, primary key, and then we have employee last name, employee middle name, first name, and employee email, and so on, department, grade number, and so on. It's created, and we can also use this describe function to describe, like to display the basically schema of the table, that is the column names and the type, and whether it's null or not. The primary key 2 is shown as not null, though it is primary key. And also over here we can add a new column, contact number, to the customer details table. Here we use the alter command. So alter table, then customer underscore 3026, we will be adding a column called as contact number, and then we give the data type as number with 10 as the size. Then if you want to modify the size of the contact number, you can give alter table customer underscore 3026. We can give modify. Instead of add over here we'll give modify, because we're going to modify the column parameters. So in that we'll be giving we can give a different data type, or we can give the same data type with a different size. And after that we can add a not null constraint to phone number using the same modify command after the alter command. And after that we will be having not null, we will just add it behind this, and that way it will identify using like contact phone. And then after that everything else will be like the properties will be changed according to how we give it. And then add a unique constraint. So instead of not null in the previous case, we will be using alter customer name table customer underscore 3026, then modify the contact phone number, that is number 12, and then we will be giving unique constraint. So it will ensure that each of the values given in that column will be unique. And then we can add a check constraint to check whether the ID is between 101 and 105. So basically we'll be checking whether a customer's ID is between 101 and 105. So only such kind of entry should be accepted into the table. So alter table customer underscore 3026, modify, and customer ID number of 5, so like previously itself. And here we'll be giving the condition that instead of unique and not null in the previous case, we'll be giving check customer ID between 101 and 105. So and that way the table gets modified. And then we can drop the primary key constraint on account number 1, which we had treated in the first question. So we had given a constraint called as account number. So this time we'll be doing alter custom table customer underscore 3026. You'll be using the drop command over here, then drop, and then constraint to specify that we are dropping a constraint, and then we'll give the constraint name. That way we have dropped the primary key constraint on the first table. Then we can truncate the customer details table. So then basically in the truncate table, customer underscore 3026, that way the table is truncated. And lastly we have dropping the customer details table. Though we made this customer table with a lot of effort, but we will finally have to be dropping it. So we give the drop command, then table customer underscore 3026, that way we have dropped this table. So that's all for experiment number 1. Hope you liked the video. If you did, do give it a like and do subscribe to my channel for more such interesting videos, and see you guys in the next video.